Bitcoin update. In this video, we're going to look at capitulation candles, volume with those candles, and a couple different time frames so you can get a better idea of what's happening right now and what could potentially we need to see before moving back to the upside. So we're also going to look at a couple indicators, the RSI, the Stochastic Rsi, give my general opinion again on Bitcoin and kind of the market today. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Telegram. We have 100% free Telegram below. If you need more help than that, we have a private Telegram, a lot more teachings and more videos in there and more content that you see on YouTube. So check them out. Link below. So this is the weekly Bitcoin chart, as you can see right above my head here. So I moved my picture today, if you're wondering, because the volume. We're looking at volume down here, okay? So, and more notably, look at the boxes that I've highlighted here. So these are kind of the capitulation times, the capitulation candles before kind of moving back up. And what do we note in each of these boxes? On the weekly chart, the volume tends to spike up, right? And that there again, March of 2020, the pandemic drop, huge volume spike, and today. So there's kind of a lot of bigger accounts that are saying that maybe we get another capitulation candle like this. And while that may be, the odds, and we may get that, I want to, drive home that we do not have to get something like that in order to move back to the upside. And nothing is more clear than the monthly chart. So on the weekly, yeah, it looks like you might need to get that before moving to the upside. And like I said, we could get that. I'm saying we do not have to get that. And to demonstrate this, the same chart on the monthly scale, right? Now we're looking at months. So each candle is 1 month. I want you to really note that, yeah, volume here, but look at the similarities towards this one of the biggest drops in Bitcoin's history, 37% drop in the month of November 2018. Look at the volume, right? Look today, 21% drop, followed by a 20% drop last month, followed by a 7% drop the month before. These volumes are near or exceeding even the massive, one of the biggest drops in Bitcoin's history. Obviously, minus the pandemic, we had some nice recovery. But just to think that we have to have a massive, red volume spike before moving back to the upside is not necessarily so, okay? So being too deterministically thinking in anything in life is usually not good, certainly not in crypto. So do not think that we have to see some massive red capitulation candle before moving back to the upside. The proof is in the pudding, all right? We could have a couple more red months, right? We could have, February, March be red, and we could even come down more. But thinking that we have to have this volume, massive March pandemic type capitulation before moving back up is simply not so, okay? So I'll leave it at that, make it short and sweet. Now let's go look at the Stochastic Rsi. And what would help us move back to the upside is a weekly momentum shift. And what better way to determine that than the Stochastic Rsi. So right now we're really low. Look how long we stayed here, right? It doesn't mean we have to bounce up anytime soon. We could theoretically stay under here for a while. Let's look at the red, which is the average, and see how long that took last time. 133 days before we came back out of it. So if we were, rhymed with that, history doesn't repeat, but it does often rhyme. Let's get a rough estimate here. 133 days out. I mean, we're looking at that summertime potentially, right? So it could be sooner than that, obviously, right? Looking back in history, sometimes we come down and bounce right back out of it. However, I mean, look at 2019, the 2019 bubble. I mean, that was still 130 days, okay? So 130 days. We could bounce out of it sooner. We do not have to. So we could last down here for quite some time. Once we see a cross up, we want to look for confirmation back into the shaded area. We'll stay on top of this. We'll do weekly updates, daily updates. Occasionally, we'll look at more Bitcoin, but Bitcoin should be the focus now because, altcoins are just probably not in your best interest to be looking at until Bitcoin turns more bullish. And these are the signs that we want to do that. Looking big momentum shifts in the market. The weekly scale is a great place to start for Bitcoin. So let's go look at the RSI. How about the weekly RSI? Going back in all of Bitcoin's history. So this is the BLX. You can go back all the way to 2010, right? 5 times in history. Okay, let that sink in. 5 times in history, we've been under 40 on the weekly RSI. Look at where we are now. How long have we lasted down here? Well, bear market back in 2014, 2015, quite some time. However, 2011, not that long. Even the bear market 2018, not that long. Let's see how many days exactly. Let's look at all of these and see kind of what we got. 70 days roughly. This one was the longest. We really came out of it and then came back into it, right? So 175 days out of it till the whole thing, start to finish, 280 days until we got out of the 40 for good on the Bitcoin RSI there. Okay, so now let's go to 2018, the bear market, about 100 days, right? So this one pretty short. Back in the pandemic drop, pretty nice recovery, couple weeks. So now where are we now? Well, there we are. How long are we going to be here? Well, it remains to be seen. So, I mean, there's 60 days. That puts us in March. 100 days, right? We've done that back in 2019. That puts us in April, springtime. I mean, 280 days would be the longest we've ever done. I don't anticipate this, but there's October. Okay, so we want to come out of this as soon as possible. And even the worst times ever, right back in here, 2014, 2015, we came out of it, went back into it, came out of it, went back into it. Okay, under this 40 area until we can get back above here. And really, ideally, for Bitcoin to turn more, macro bullish, we have to get above this 55, 56 level right here. You can see clearly that we've talked about this before. I mean, your bull markets are up here. Bull markets, super, super nice. Bear markets are down here. Bear markets. Where are we now? We're in a bear market. So bear markets don't have to last forever. I know it's kind of a cliched word, and we should probably start to get rid of those over time, and we probably will. I think bear markets, bull markets will be more opinionistic versus deterministic. So over time, I think that'll just kind of be your own opinion. And volatility, diminishing returns are real. And, bear markets will get less severe. Bull markets will be less severe to the upside, to the downside, volatility diminishing. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Let's go check the crypto fear and greed index. We're at 12. So we're still in extreme fear. We can stay down here for a while, as we did back in May, June, July. We've talked about this time and time again. We hit 10 back in January, and we've talked about we probably got to come back down a little bit more. Now we're here. Okay. We don't have to come out of it immediately. We can come up, go to neutral again, right? We've done that before too. 10, back up to 29, 30, still fear, then back to 10 again. We could stay down here for a while. It doesn't mean we have to come out soon just because we're way down here. Okay, so just stay patient, day to day. We're cruising the waters. All right. Quote of the day. I attribute my success to this. I never gave or took any excuse. Love it. Everything good and bad in your life is your own doing. Quote of the day, or should I say truck of the day, concept of the day, dream of the day, the Tesla Cybertruck. Is it ever coming? I don't know. But I do have a special thing I've been working on here with my son. We did I don't know if you've ever seen this even. It's Lego Cybertruck. I mean, what? This took a hell of a long time to build. Even the thing comes up here. Watch this. If I can do it, the suspension moves. So just like air suspension that the truck's allegedly going to have if it ever comes out. The doors open. We got the doors moving. We got the interior. Shut that down. Interior is pretty detailed in there. This took a long time to build. Hours. Not just a few hours, like 20-ish. But the whole thing is pretty cool. Let's see if I can. It slides just like the rolling tonneau cover. I'm going to break it. Get the whole truck bed in there. This whole thing comes up. There's some kind of like secret cyber hammer that I had to build in there. You can see it. Look at that orange thing. It's a hammer. I don't know how else to say it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll never build one again, but pretty cool when it came out. I had to grab that. And yeah, who knows if this is ever coming out. Elon took it off, or Tesla took it off their website now. No specific release date. It was supposed to be out, months ago. I've had my reservation for 2 years now. Is it ever going to come out? Or am I going to pull a Rose? What does he mean by that? All right, I'll see you on the next one. Stay good.